welcome to the replay. Hey there, everybody. How are you tonight? I really wasn't planning to go live this evening. I've had a lot going on today. Had a date with my favorite preschooler for lunch and a visit to the Walmart, which is a really exciting place for them to go, I guess. So I wasn't sure if I'd get to this tonight, but I'm really happy that I did because I have something kind of fun to share with you. If I have met you recently, like at the Big E or some other venue, welcome to my VIP group. I'm so glad that you're here to join us. Tonight, what I'm going to be doing is doing an actual full product demonstration of something that I sold at my shop at the Big E. I have a couple of them left, and I wanted to offer them out to you, my VIP group, and also make this a foundation. I'm still kind of punchy from being at that fair so many days, but it's kind of a fundraiser for an organization that's near and dear to my heart and to Couture, and it's called Watts of Love. I was introduced to Watts and Love about 1.5 years ago at one of the Couture conferences, and it just really touched my heart that we have so many people that are living impoverishedly and don't have things that we take for granted like electricity and plumbing. And one of the things that really kind of tugged at my heartstrings was when they were talking about how children, families were lighting their homes, which were essentially huts. They were lighting their homes with kerosene, and it was not only taking up 1/3 of their very, very small income, but it was also causing severe burns on the children. And that just kind of resonated with me. So I'm going to do this project tonight as a fundraiser. So if you would like to give a Halloween gnome a home, I will be making a $10 donation to Watts of Love. So think about how that could, affect somebody's life. And if you can help out, I would love that. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do this project. I know we have some people that have never ever chalked before, but have maybe just seen me do a demonstration at the fair, or maybe just here too. So I'm going to show you not only how to make a gnome, but I'm going to show you how to do a framed piece that it creates kind of a little vignette. So I'm going to switch my camera over, attempt to anyway, so that you can see my hands and my face at the same time. Sometimes this isn't the easiest thing for me. I don't know why, but I struggle with this. Let's see. Picture in picture. Let's see if I can. That didn't work. Okay. I'm going to get there. You wait. So this? No. Let's switch this over here. Oh my goodness. Switch that. Now I'll try this. When am I going to get this? Okay, I've got it backwards now. Give me a second. Switch this. Take that off. Switch those. And then, I'm so sorry. As soon as I've learned how to do this, it will be a good day, won't it? I'm trying to get the picture of my hands in there first. Well, you might have to just do it this way tonight. I'm so sorry. I can't figure this out for the life of me. Again. I did it! Yay! Okay, let me move this. This is being really stubborn because that should move. I'll just move it to the side a little bit. Okay, so when you buy my project kits for gnomes, you get all of the pieces that you need, including chalk paste and a squeegee. And the chalk that you get with this one comes in a little bit different form. It's called a paste packet, and it's kind of like a ketchup packet. And what I would recommend is that you knead it like this. Get it nice and Soft. Hello, Bobby Lynn and Kelly and Missy. How are you tonight, you guys? Thanks for bearing with me. I cannot figure out why my picture won't move there, but I'm trying. So anyway, you need it. Make sure that it's all nice and mixed up inside. And then I would have you cut just the tip of the corner off. It's kind of like a ketchup packet. And when you're using it, instead of just squeezing it out, you just squeeze a little bit onto your squeegee as much as you need and spread it about as you want to. So I'm going to show you what else comes with the kit. You get an orange and a purple. It's called Regal and Orange Peel. And you also get your mini squeegee. You also get a couple of transfers in here. This one here is for the gnome's body, and several of them, there will be several different patterns that come with my kits. You will get a beautiful gray beard. I still don't have my voice quite back yet from talking so much to the biggie. And this is the mustache and the hair that go, not the mustache, it's the hair for the gnome. So we also have a cute little nose. That's a little wooden ball. You've got a jingle bell. And you also have an adorable little gnome hat. So that would be the body of the gnome, and we're going to work on that together, as well as this part here. And this is called a box frame. I'll pull these corners off the cover so you can see. Looks like our gnome has been shedding a little bit. We'll have to dust it off a little bit. So this is a wood surface. It is a porous surface, which means it's probably just going to be a one-time use. I have seen people try to clean them off to reuse, but it just really makes a mess. So I would suggest that if you feel like you want to redesign with this, you either paint over your chalk or flip it over and use the back side, because that's a cool surface too. Hello, Marisabel. How are you tonight, you guys? So glad to see you. Okay, I've got a couple people messaging me at the same time. It always goes like that, right? So what do you think we should do? Should we do the box frame first, or should we make the gnome first? You guys let me know what you think. Tell me. So I don't know if you know this, but my business partner Maureen and I had, at our fair, we had a whole bunch of different gnomes. And the one that we're making tonight is called Matthew. And we wanted to tell people this was kind of a fun fact, was that each of our gnomes was either named after one of our sons, a grandson, or one of our dogs. So all the sweet men in our life and doggies also have gnomes that are named after them. So this is Matthew Gnome, and his sign says "Eat sweets and be spooky." So when you purchase the gnome, oh, it was great to meet you too. Thank you. When you purchase the gnome kit, it is $40, including tax. There will be an extra charge for shipping if I need to ship these to you, but free if you would like to pick up. So it includes what comes with the gnome, as well as step-by-step instructions. But if you purchase one today, you can always go back to this video and watch exactly how I did it. So this would be such a fun project for you to do with your kids or your grandkids, or just for you, because they're fun, right? And we like fun. Let's see. This picture. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. All right. I think I'm going to start with the gnome, just because. Just because. So, this is the gnome body that my husband and I lovingly created with our saw and other tools. We cut them, we sanded them, we stained them, and they are ready to be turned into gnomes. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to apply a transfer to decorate his body just a little bit. This is one piece from our mini buffalo plaid, and we've cut the pieces so they fit just about exactly as you would want them to on this piece. So I'm going to, first of all, before I use this, I'm going to write back on the back of this piece. So the reason that I write back on the back is so that I remember to, when I've cleaned the transfer after I've used it, I can replace the transfer back onto the carrier sheet, and that's what keeps it safe so that you can use it again and again. So you can remove the transfer from your carrier sheet, and the first thing you'll notice is that The carrier sheet is sticky on one side, but it's sort of a matte finish on the back side. The shiny side is the part that you reattach the transfer to, and it feels sort of like a sticker back, you know, that kind of slick feel. And you don't want to reapply the transfer to the back side because it'll stick really tight and it's much harder to get off. So you always want to reapply this to the shiny slick side to keep your transfer safe because they are reusable. So I'm going to apply the transfer to the gnome's body like so and smooth it all out nice and smooth. You want to make sure that you get all of the bumps, folds, air bubbles, any of that fun stuff, and try to rub it down pretty tight. Yes, the biggie is over, and I had talked to so many people I couldn't talk anymore by the end. It was really fun though. Got a whole nother year to think about what we're going to do with that. So I think I'm going to use my orange paste to decorate his body with. And as I said, your kit will come with a regal purple and orange peel orange. But I think I'm going to do orange on this one. I'm going to use one of my 3-ounce jars. Hey Ruth, nice to see you tonight. I'm going to use one of my 3-ounce jars, and when you first open your jars, you always want to give them a good stir to incorporate all of the pigments and the oils and all that good stuff. And make sure that your chalk is the consistency of kind of like a cake batter. Yeah, this is pretty good, pretty smooth. If it feels more like brownie batter or even thicker than that, just add a couple drops of water. I just use this little spray bottle, or you can just a couple drops at a time. I'm stirring it with a makeup applicator that I buy from Amazon, but you can also use a plastic knife or the back of a plastic fork, whatever you got. You don't really need too many fancy tools for what we do. So I'm going to stir that all up and apply the paste. So if you have never done this before, I'm going to tell you step by step how to do this. All right. So as I was saying before, if you're using one of the paste packets, you're just going to cut the corner off of your paste packet and squeeze it right onto the edge of your squeegee. Since I'm using a jar, I'm just going to scoop some out like so. And you don't really have to worry about using too much paste, because if you do, you're going to squeegee off all of the excess and put it right back in the jar. So you don't have to worry about wasting. There's a little piece of fur in here, however. Got it. All right, so I'm just going to take my chalk and spread it over the design like so. So the most complicated thing about this, and it's really not a complicated thing at all, is that you want to be sure that you remove your transfer before the paste has a chance to dry. So you do need to work kind of quickly, and it's really helpful if you have an appropriate sized squeegee to use. So if I was doing a really large piece, this wouldn't work for me. I'd need to use something a lot bigger. Okay, so my design is all covered, and I'm going to go back over and kind of squeegee off all of the excess paste and put it back in the jar. Hey Jan Porter, how are you tonight? I got a little red something in here. That's okay, it's a Halloween gnome, so it's a-okay. So again, I have exactly 4 of these kits left from my last show. If you would like to adopt a gnome and help me make a donation to Watts of Love, please let me know in the comments and I will save you one. There is a really weird streak of red in here. I don't know where that came from. Okay, so I've got pretty much all of the excess almost off. That's pretty good. And I'm going to peel the transfer away. Ready? There we go. Oh, pretty cute. So off to the side here, I have a little water bath, and when I'm done, I'm going to show you how to clean them, but I'm just going to plop that in there for now. And we will let this dry. So one of the things that I always remind people is that when they are working with chalk, oops, excuse me, you need a paper towel. When you are working with chalk, it isn't supposed to be perfect. If you're a perfectionist, you might find that a little bit hard to deal with, as some people do. But really, you're not going for perfection. It shouldn't be perfect. And I can see some imperfections in the screen. I don't know why, but the buffalo plaid doesn't ever go on, perfect. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. But I do see a little bit on the edge I want to clean up just a smidge because I went outside. And I'll just leave that there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to let that dry. And while that is drying, I'm going to move along and do, I think I'll do the framed piece. Just put that to the side there. And this one is called Eat Sweets and Be Spooky. I'm going to cover this jar until I decide what colors I'm going to use. Make sure I'm in your screen here. Pardon me for looking to the side a lot. I do have a computer there where I can see your comments and say hello to everybody. So, those of you who went to the Big E, did you have a good time? And did you have anything wonderful to eat? It was like the food and drink fest of the century, I think, this year. I actually tonight tried to make something that I had at the Big E. It was in, I think, the Connecticut building where they had macaroni and cheese, and you could choose from adding different things to the mix. So you could get plain cheese, you could get broccoli, you could get garlic, bacon, and also lobster. Well, I had everything but the lobster, but tonight I tried to replicate the recipe. It actually did come out pretty good, and I had some shrimp, so I threw that in there. So yum, yum, yum. Okay, so eat sweets and be spooky. Remember, the first thing that we do is right on the back of the transfer. So I'm going to put eat sweets right here. Eat sweets. Okay, so remember why I did that? To remind myself not to put the transfer back on that side. Another reason that you would do that is if you're working with a lot of different transfers, like if you're putting a snowman together, which has the snowman, the hat, the scarf, the mittens, and all those little details, you'll have lots of transfers around, and it's always a good idea to mark the back so you know which piece goes on which carrier sheet. Okay. So some of the transfers that we get are very, very sticky, and this one isn't terribly sticky, but I wanted to show you something called fuzzing. And what we do is if you have a transfer that's super sticky, or if you're going to be putting it on something really slick like a window or a mirror, you want to soften the adhesive that's on the transfer. So what you do is you apply it to a towel or your t-shirt. We actually have a cloth called a fuzzing cloth that you can purchase on my website just for this purpose. And it also is good to dry your transfers on after you've washed them. So all this does is it picks up a little bit of the fuzz and the fiber from the towel or whatever it is that you're fuzzing it on to soften that adhesive. So I'm going to, I just have a little bit of gnome hair inside of my frame. So let's fix that. The Mac Melt was awesome too. Fried upside down pineapple cake. Oh my gosh, you know what? It's a good thing I didn't know where that was. We tried a few things. We shared a cream puff here and there, and the baked potatoes. Yum yum. Yum yum. So I've got that transfer down. I'm going to give it a nice little rub down. And again, these gnomes retail for $40, and I will be donating $10 of that to Watts of Love as soon as they are sold. So, want to know a cool thing about Watts of Love is that we had some designers from Couture travel to Africa a week or so ago to help educate some of the people about how to use the lights that we give them. They're actually solar powered, so it doesn't cost them anything to power up and have light in their homes and schools and places they work. My goodness, you should hear the stories we heard about babies being born in the pitch black, in the darkness, and it just breaks your heart. So, we're going to help with that, right? Anyway. Okay, so eat sweets and be spooky. I've got out my orange, my black, and my purple. And we've got some words as well as some little candies on here. So I think what I'm going to do is teach you guys the paste and pull method. I'm going to have to get up and get a couple squeegees, so hold tight just a second. Okay. So, I'm thinking I like to use black for the words sweet and spooky, and maybe eat and be in orange and purple. What do you think? Then I'll do the candy. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that yet, but yeah, I didn't bring my dryer in. Can you tell I've been away from this for a while? I'm keep forgetting my stuff. Give me one sec. Okay, got the dryer. So what I'm going to be using is just a regular hair dryer to dry the paste as we go, so you're not here all night with me. Although that would be fun too, wouldn't it? Have a chocathon. Okay, so alright, so I'm going to start with the orange and do the word eat, and I'm going to show you how to paste and pull. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that orange again and cover the word eat. Just the word eat. I'm going to try not to go onto the other open areas. Be careful. This is just a small area, so you don't have to go too fast, but you know, it's really cool because you don't have to try to stay in the lines or anything like that. So, yay. Okay, eat is done. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the transfer off of the surface just until it's just below the word eat. So far, so good? I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit. Maybe not. My gosh, this is not cooperating tonight. All right, here comes my dryer. I'll just take a minute. Okay, so you don't have to have that dry completely because you're going to let it down and just not push that area back down again. I'm just going to push down around it to make sure that all of the next section, the word sweets, is pressed down hard. I'm going to make sure those edges are nice and tight to your surface so you don't have bleeding. Kind of unusual for that to happen, but occasionally it does. So let's go with some black for that one. Ooh, this really needs a good stir. Cover this for now. I'm going to stir up the black some. I haven't really chalked anything since the fair, where we chalked constantly, but they were always just little sample kind of things for people to see how this works. That was pretty fun. Okay, so I'm going to take my squeegee and grab some black and just carefully do the letters for the word sweet. So you don't have to worry if this is really too thick because all of the excess paste gets squeegeed off, like I did before while I was doing the gnome body. I'm just trying to keep it away from the other words and letters on the screen. If you're worried that it's drying too quickly, just pull it up and dry it, like you saw me do before. Once you've done it for a while, you kind of get a feel for how quickly you need to go and how fast it dries. And sometimes it depends on the environment. Like if you have a heater in the room, like I have a space heater that I use sometimes, that makes my chalk dry like crazy. Almost done with sweets. Okay, just grabbing the excess, and we're gonna pull that right up. This is always the fun part, the peel. Oh, so cute. Okay, so when I'm using the dryer, you might notice that I am avoiding heating up the transfer itself. If you do, you can get it to shrink, or it might distort it a little bit. So try not to dry directly on your transfer. So here we go. Looks good. Now we'll do and B. And I'm going to put that, I think I'll do that one in purple, right? That would be said. I think we said we were going to do that in purple. So, okay, give the purple a stir. Now you can see that this is really, really pretty thick. So I'm going to add a little water. Oops. Spattered a little bit. Just add a little water and stir, stir, stir. That looks better. And I'll take my other squeegee, make sure this is all pushed down nice and tight. And I'm going to do the words and B. Anybody have their heat on yet? It's getting a little chilly tonight. I think I need to take one of my plants in. I have a beautiful potted impatient in my front yard by my door that is amazingly doing well. I don't have a green thumb, but it's just gorgeous still. So I think I might put it inside tonight. And I'm going to pull this again. Let's see, and B. All right, one more word and then I can do the candy. And the last word here I'm going to do in black also. It's a good idea to cover your pastes when you're not using them. They do dry out pretty quickly, so exposing them to as little air as possible is always a good thing. So I'm going to take my black and cover the spooky. Almost done with this. So what I'll probably do is peel it back from the opposite side, from the bottom this time. I'll just turn it, pull it this way, so the rest of it stays down. There we go. It came off. No big deal. You can put it right back on. What do you think? So far, so good? I think it's kind of cute. Okay, I'm just going to lay this back on top there. What am I doing? I'm upside down. Okay, it's a good thing you can see through the screen, so you can pretty much put it right back where it was. There, perfect. All right, so I think I'm going to do a couple orange candies and a couple purple candies, and this will be completed. Hey there, if you are just joining me, be sure to say hello. Let me know where you're coming from while I finish up this ring piece, and then we'll go back to completing our adorable little gnome. I think I'll do this one in purple. We're just finishing up the candy here. Except my squeegee doesn't want to go where I'm telling it to. There we go. One purple one there, and I think I'll do another purple one right here. And I think I have time to even finish with the orange ones. Let's get them all done. Oops, too much that time. And two down here, and we are almost finished. Now we have to finish up with that gnome. It's going to be really cute, you guys. Do you think you'd like to do this with your kids or your grandkids? All right, it is done. So remove that transfer. Ta-da! I love it. I think it's really sweet. Really cute. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, I am going to put the chalk away and show you how to complete the gnome. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it, Marisabel. I really like your name. It's really cute. I've never heard that before. I love it. It sounds like a Disney princess name. Okay, let me get the crumbles here. I don't know if I picked a bad time. It doesn't look like too many people are out watching tonight. That's okay. It's all right. It's all good. So this looks super cute. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it a little better. There you go. I really like it. Where do you see it with the gnome, though? It's going to be the best. So let's finish up this guy, and I'll show you how to put him together. So this is nice and dry. I didn't even have to use my hairdryer on it. Here is the beard that, oh my gosh, the people were petting our samples like crazy. It was like there were kittens in my booth. So that is going to go right about there. And then I think what I'll do is I'll put his hat on first, though. No, it goes on second. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is going to go like so. And this is going to go here for his hat. And then we've got a nose and a jingle bell. He's going to be super cute. So I'm going to start putting that together. And what I did is I actually have a glue gun to the side here. Let's been warming up for a little bit. And you can use a regular glue with this, but I like to get it done really quick, so I got hot glue. So I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on the back of my gnome's beard. And this part you want to be super careful with. I don't recommend you handing a child a glue gun. I don't want to hear anybody got hurt. There we go. Give him a little beard. Yeah, everybody was petting the gnomes. It was really funny. So again, you guys, I have four Halloween gnomes kits just like this one. And I also have a sample. So let me know if you'd like to give a gnome a home. So I'm going to put another blob of glue right here for his nose. And these are just little wooden balls. Pop that on there. Try not to get burned because you don't want to see me cry on camera, right? And this part is his crazy gnome hair. He's shedding a little bit. Okay, and that's going to go right around his nose, right there. Super cute. He's pretty scruffy looking, huh? Okay, so I'm going to put a little glue around here. Again, be super careful if you're using hot glue. that goes like so. Okay, and while I glued it to my fingernails. While that is setting up a little bit, he is so cute. I'm going to work on his hat. So the hat is one that I sewed. Didn't know I could sew, did you? So it's just a little tube hat, and the end is open so that you can thread it through your little jingle bell, because gnomes have to jingle. Thank you, Miss Mary. All of my sisters have them. One sister got them. We all love them, so she bought us all one. So I love this bracelet. Hi, Tobe. The puppy's coming in to visit. Oh, this one doesn't want to knot, though. I'll pull it through a little further. Might not be able to. Yep, I got it. Okay, so I've got the jingle bell knotted on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hat on the gnome. And then I'm going to glue it on a little after, I think. So let's get this all situated. My goodness, can you see this? He is so cute. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go around to the back of the gnome and glue the back of the hat on. Just a little bit there. I'm always afraid to mess with the front of his hair because, you never know what's going to happen with the hair. I'm going to pull it back a little bit and put some glue on his bangs. And pull it back over. So the hat is just about touching his nose. He's stinking adorable. There we go. All right, that should stay. So here we go. That is our adorable little Halloween gnome with his little sign vignette that you can have. I have, like I said, I have 4 kits available. They're $40, and $10 of that will be donated to Watts of Love. If you would like one, please write Gnome in the comments so that I'll know you want one. If you are local to me, there is no charge for shipping. If you need it to be mailed to you, I will ship it to you and let you know exactly what the costs are as soon as I get that. I don't upcharge for shipping whatsoever. It is just my cost. So that is my little Give a Gnome a Home vignette. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to put my link to my website in here, right there, where you can also purchase the box frame, the Eat Sweets and Be Spooky transfer. There is an area where you can see our Watts of Love transfers, and if you purchase those, there will be a $2 donation to Watts of Love also. So there are different ways that you can help this really wonderful organization. And that's it. I hope you had fun, enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon. If you have been waiting for my workshop schedule, I do apologize. I have not had a minute to get to it to get them all finished, but I do intend to. The way it's looking, I'll be starting those up in November with holiday. October is like already gone and full of things that I need to do and a little travel time. But there is one workshop still available, the flying lessons class with the witches on it, and I still have seats for that. So if you'd like to come check out the events and my VIP group and join me, okay? I hope you all are wonderful. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye-bye.